Most people get their sense of identity, or the sense of who they are, from the thoughts that their mind has. The thoughts created by the name they were given, what possessions they have, the relationships they've had, their career, and so on. All of these things create the identity that you believe to be you. Ego identity starts from a young age and continues to be the sense of self for most people throughout their lives. The ego is all of the opinions that you have. It decides your likes and dislikes. It gives you a story of what you can achieve and what you can't. It decides what you believe and what you don't. It limits you in life, and it feeds off the energy you give it when you pay it attention. The ego has different disguises, and it changes form, and its mind often. It's rarely satisfied and always wants more. It loves to compare itself to others, and it usually concludes that it's either superior or inferior to the other. Of course, it always wants to be superior to others and it doesn't like it when it's not. All of these thoughts and opinions create the false sense of self that we all have. The false sense of self is created by our experiences in life, and by whoever or whatever has programmed us from a young age. That false self then creates our everyday reality. So if you're trying to change your vibrational frequency to manifest a new life for yourself, and you're still operating under the influence of the false self or ego, believing the self-limiting stories that it creates, then it's the same as using the ingredients required to make a hot dog, and expecting and wanting an apple pie to come out of the oven. It's never going to happen. You will get a hot dog every time, no matter how much you want an apple pie to appear. The vibrational frequency or signal that you are broadcasting out from your energy field has to match the frequency and energy of what you are trying to connect to in the quantum field. The ego's main objective is survival, so anything that threatens its existence will be met with an enormous amount of resistance from it. That voice in your head will tell you anything in order to survive, and to keep you in the program and the false self-reality that it has created for you. Here's another way of looking at it. Imagine you're lost in the middle of nowhere, and you have no signal on your phone to make a call or contact anyone. No matter how much you walk around and lift your phone up as high as you can, you still can't get a signal, so no calls for you and no connection. Now think of a cell phone mask and all the different signals and frequencies that it's sending out. Even though you're not in range to pick up the signal, you still know that the signal is out there somewhere. You just have to get in range of it and connect your phone's unique frequency to it. So, you start walking hoping to find a signal so you can make that call that you're so desperate to make. As you're walking, you see a brick wall that is actually talking to itself, so you walk over to see what it's saying. "I'm a phone mast in disguise, please use my signal, I really want to help you," is what it's saying. It goes on to convince you that you're wasting your time, walking all that way to find a phone mast. It's pointless, it says, it won't work anyway. You may as well just stay here and use my signal, and spend all of your time having pointless conversations with me. You believe it, and think how lucky you've been to find a talking wall with the signal that you need to connect, so you stay there, and continually try to connect your phone to the wall, over and over again. But it never connects. Ever. Now imagine that your body is the phone, and all of your thoughts and feelings create the unique frequency or signal that you send out and broadcast to the universe. And imagine that the quantum field is made up of all the signals from the cell phone mast. And lastly, the wall is your ego, and it too has its own unique frequency. In reality, you know that it doesn't matter how long you stand there and try to connect your phone to the wall, it's never going to happen. The wall isn't giving off the signal or vibrational frequency that allows you to connect to the mast, to make the call so that you can be saved. It turns out that the wall, or your ego, was lying to you all along. It didn't really care if you got to make the call or not, it was only concerned with itself and just wanted to stop you from moving on past it. It's exactly the same if you're trying to connect to the universal consciousness, while you're operating in the vibration or frequency of your ego or false self. It just won't happen, you won't connect to it, because you are broadcasting the wrong signal. You have more chance of connecting your phone to a wall. You have to find the energy of the future you and connect to that, instead of connecting to the energy of the false sense of self, created by your ego. And remember that the ego will fight to the death, it won't give up easily, and it will try to trick you and manipulate you to keep you where you are in life. So don't stop when you get to a brick wall. Don't pay attention to all the things that it tries to convince you of, go through it instead and continue on to find the signal that you are looking for. Please consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribing, it really helps the channel to grow. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your support.